Russia does not extradite its citizens to anyone, just like the United States. Does the United States extradite its citizens to anyone?
That's Vladimir Putin last week reminding us Russia does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. Putin shutting down any suggestion that the 13 Russian nationals indicted in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation will face charges in the United States. So what's next for Mueller and his team? Let's bring in Michael O'Hanlon. He's the Director of Foreign Policy Research at the Brookings Institution and a national security and defense policy specialist. Nobody really thought, Michael, that Bob Mueller was expecting that these 13 Russians were going to be, put on a plane, sent over here to face trial, did they?
That's right. And, of course, President Putin's wrong. We do actually have extradition agreements with a lot of countries, more than 100. But those are for traditional criminal acts and not for a state-sponsored activity that looks like espionage or that something that Russia views as legitimate or necessary, certainly nothing that Russia is going to admit to wrongdoing about or even acknowledge happened in the first place. So there's no chance that Russia would sort of give away the store by letting us learn what these 13 people had been up to and what they'd been instructed to do by, Russian intelligence. That just was never in the cards in the first place.
If he assented to their extradition, he'd essentially be saying, yeah, these are the people that my government employed to help meddle with U.S. elections.
And he would be acknowledging, or at least he'd be worried that we would see him as acknowledging that what he did was wrong. I think in his own mind, he actually doesn't think he did anything wrong because he thinks that we're very active in watching and monitoring Russia and encouraging democratic revolutions in the former Soviet space. And he thinks all he did was find some creative ways to do the same thing to us. Obviously, I don't find that argument compelling. But in his own mind, he doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't think it was wrong. And he certainly doesn't want to give away any Russian state secrets. So on multiple levels, this just won't happen.
So is this action by Mueller's team helpful or hurtful, in your opinion?
It's not hurtful. I see it as a shot across the bow, one more shot across the bow, because presumably if we do this on this occasion and nothing happens, which it won't, then the next time we have these kinds of concerns or allegations, we're going to have to do something more. Otherwise, we look pretty feckless and, our actions seem pretty pointless. So I see this as one more signal that yes, we can intensify through economic sanctions that are much broader in scope than what we've got today against Russia. And also, we're reminding the American people and the American Congress and the President that, in fact, these bad things happened in 2016, and let's not be in any danger of forgetting, because we really haven't taken enough steps yet as a country to be better prepared against the next time this could happen. So I see it very much in that ongoing story and really consciousness raising more than anything else.
So aside from, more sanctions, what could we do?
There are a number of things. I mean, you can make sure that all the electoral backups that we need for elections, paper backups for all ballots are in place. I don't think that's been completed yet for 2018. Also, maybe create some kind of an information clearinghouse that's above and beyond the fray of partisan politics where, quote unquote, fake news could be investigated to see if there's anything behind it. And Americans could consult that kind of a website to see if the news they've just seen on their social media feed is, in fact, in any way, shape or form backed up by reality, by real facts. Those are the kinds of ideas that I'd like to see us much more aggressive in debating and implementing. Here we are already in March, and the midterms are not far away.
Michael O'Hanlon from the Brookings Institution. Michael, thank you.